nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Listen, what's up? It's your boy Shiest Bubz, Mr. Ike Key. You already know we back Heavy Smoke right at the Smokers Club. You already know what it is, the home of this shit. Today, got a very special guest. As you can see what's going on, it's a Backpack Boyz takeover. Got my man Wanda Dawn. What's up, baby? What's poppin'? You already know, man. Like, here we are, New York City, Backpack Boyz, the man himself. You know what I'm saying? The grind has been out here. The streets have been flooded. You know what I'm saying? The store, that's before. I'm going back a little too far. Right now, congratulations on the store and all the endeavors that's been going on. You know what I mean? But we want to go back. We want to go back to the beginning of this movement and about yourself and how all this came about. Backpack Boyz worldwide type shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to your history and your background in cannabis.
All right, so my first time running this weed as far as blowing, I was 7th grade. We were a nickel bag of some stress, shit popping and cracking.
Where you from?
I'm from Pittsburgh, a little small town called Pittsburgh. It's in Cali, about 20 minutes from Oakland.
Okay.
Bay Area.
There's Pittsburgh's all over the place. It's not just in PA.
No H though. We stopped at the G.
Okay.
You know what I mean? but yeah, no. So that's where I'm from, bro. And my first time ever picking up some bud and really having some interaction. I was around 14, as far as like trying to make some paper and trying to make things better, buy some shoes and shit. But yeah, that's what it is. I've always loved and had a thing with this plant, and I mean, ain't gonna never stop.
When you started selling at a young age, was it like some nickel and dime stuff, or was it like
my first one was a 3 for 25? I was trying to make that extra $5.
He was like, I got it for cheap.
I was just trying to that was my thing. Started off, spent $25, try to turn that into 30, and we just try to work. Man, you know how that goes.
You was selling weed in school and shit like that, or
high school was my first time ever really trying to do that. I mean, prior to that, it was just like tapes, like burner CDs, like shit like that that I was trying to make sell per song, as far as like $1 per song. That shit was trying to do that. But then I had a homeboy that, you know what I mean, he seemed to be doing what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And that's what he was doing. So I was like, yo, I do like these type of shit. Like, yo, that's what I'm doing.
what was he doing?
Selling bud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it was always bud for you?
But yeah, well, started off as bud, you know, we might have went other ways for a little bit of time, but made my way back.
Right. Feel like weed saved your life?
Facts.
Facts?
Facts. As far as keeping under right now, I would say probably martial arts and the book. But for me, I got one, that's my outlet as far as to keep this the way that it's supposed to be. And then I got that, which I got a passion for, and I love to be involved with it in every way that I can.
When you say martial arts, you mean like real martial arts, like kung fu type?
Nah. I did mixed martial arts for quite a while. Kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu.
Okay, MMA type.
Yes, sir.
You fighter?
Yeah. I was 4-2 as a pro, 6-0 as an amateur. I got involved with it right when I paroled. The last time I paroled was in 08, and paroled in October. Started getting involved with it in November. Never looked back.
Was your arrest for weed, or was it for something else?
No,
we don't got to get into it.
It was for hammers.
Hammers?
Yeah.
Guns?
Yeah. That was that. Knucklehead shit.
Right.
But yeah, no, that was my arrest, and yeah, like I said, that was 08. Paroled last time. Got involved with that. And learned how to stay home and started.
Did you get back into the weed, or were you back?
Nah, when I first paroled, I was doing other things for a while. I strayed into other things for maybe 6. I said maybe like 14, 15. Started to slow down on certain things, and then 16 was when I really started diving headfirst back into the
cannabis. How did that come about?
I just started having a conscience about what I was doing, bro. just, you know, I don't want to. I was able to I was able to progress, but it was never a progress that stayed somewhere. Like I would get up and then I would take a hit somewhere along. Like sometimes maybe the ankle would be hit, sometimes it'd be the arm. Like you feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I was never ever to really progress, and I felt like it was just because of the energy that I was putting out on certain things that I was doing, just coming back and getting. You always gotta pay for what you owe, right?
Yep,
So,
1000%. I believe in that.
But that's what I think.
So with the weed, how did Backpack Boyz emerge?
So basically,
because it can't be overnight for nobody because we're already going through the journey.
Nah, hell no. It was as far like I said, as far as with the backpack thing, I used to always just be rocking around with it because I'd be going to the gym or I would need my daily shit that I would need, you know, throughout my day, whether it be when I'm hustling or new pairs of clothes after training, whatever the fuck it was. So I was always running around like that. My homeboy at the time kind of adopted the style of doing the same thing. And like I said, we just started getting into the bud together. We just started finding some deals together and start trying to just put our money together and start working it like that. And then, then we ended up getting the Prop 215 delivery service, which therefore, that's what it turned into like, yo, we got to call this something.
Right. That's when the name came, started figuring like, we need the name.
That's how that came about. And it was just on some random ass one. I just asked him, like, yo, what should we call it? And he just looked at me wrong. Backpack Boyz. So we was backpacks and we them boys. Like we was just
right.
figuring with that one. I was fucking with that. I felt that.
Felt that too.
I felt that one. And especially like the way that he told it, because he said that, like, that shit just came so organic, bro. And we was always really running around like that, and that was just another day in the park for us.
So basically, Backpack Boyz started off as a serve.
Yeah, it was a Prop 215 delivery service. This was when we still had medical up out there.
Right.
Before the rec shit or any of that, it was still controlled by the people. You know what I mean? And that's when I hopped in and that's when we started.
When did genetics become a part of Backpack Boyz? Because Backpack Boyz has a lot of flavors.
I would say 2019. I would say like the end of 2019, mid 2019. I would say is when that kind of came into play. Before, like, so I was just trying to bring the best bud, bro. That like the only time you're gonna really ever see this bud is like on the ground or like online or like you gonna hear about somebody having it, but like you actually being able to puff on it, like the regular homie or like the regular cat ain't gonna really be able to get that. You gonna, you know what I mean? So that was kind of my goal, was I wanted to be able to be that motherfucker that anybody can start getting this weed that motherfuckers only talk about. So that's kind of where it started. And then it was that for a while, and then later on, I started locking in with some people and doing some things on my own, and it turned into when people would come for the branded products that they would come for me normally, I was starting to have my own shit, and I would give them some of it, and when they would come back, I'm thinking that they want the normal, like the black bag was like the real big thing at the time. Remember back then. You know what I mean? So that's what I was really, really heavy in, and now it turns into they come in, they're like, I don't want the black bag. I want what you got. What? You want what I got? I'm like, over to that bag. You know, you know what I mean? And it just turned into a whole bunch of that for different people. You know what I mean? It ended up like one homie would come, and the next homie would come and say the same thing. And you see homie would come through and say the same thing. And I'm just like,
what was the strains, the 3 strains that you would say for yourself that kind of like broke the ice?
The 3, I mean, off top of it, maybe probably lemon cherry gelato, hands down, like was like the baby. You know what I mean? That was like the first thing I put us on the map. Was that white cherry gelato and black cherry gelato. I would say popular before we most, or like really popular, or not for what you would say.
Right. And where are those like signature? Are those signature Backpack Boy cuts?
Nah, you know, believe it or not, bro, y'all sunk bags.
Really?
I was starting from bad seeds. And, you know, like I said, I
sound like it was the most amazing thing, but it's kind of amazing because that weed is fire.
It was amazing. It was also a process to get it to where obviously like people get their hands on it and they get the good thing that you know or that we all know. You and I both know, bro. It took a lot of hiccups, a lot of hurdles, and a whole lot of money wasted and lost and burned before we got to that.
All right. I'm happy you brought that up because we're in New York City where weed is legal now. They haven't passed out all the licenses yet, but they're en route to doing that. Now, being that you just said that, you know, to get a strain, you know, one strain sustainable to where you can have it in the market and for people to enjoy it. It's not something that happens overnight. You know, from my perspective and the things that I've absorbed over the years, my take on it is that it's like a 2.5 to 3 year process to dial in something that you're like, this is it. Am I accurate?
I maybe if we're dealing with like a LeBron of the game, maybe 18 months.
Okay.
You know, some shit like that. But yeah.
A year and a half. So a year and a half to...
Maybe, but yeah, to 3 years, 2.5 years. But yeah, not yet.
And here we are talking about an atmosphere in California that's prime for growing.
But also at the same time, like we talking about from actually doing some breeding to actually having the dialed in product, correct? Yeah. So now we're talking about 3 years.
Yeah, because you're not gonna just pop a seed and be like, this is the one. Right? No.
Absolutely not. You're gonna take that motherfucker, you're gonna mom that. I mean, then we're gonna have to start getting our cuts.
So this is the process of these bag seeds that you take, right?
Absolutely.
Can you please continue?
So then we're gonna have to make some cuts. You know what I mean? And then from there we're gonna have to get the stronger cuts. And then I would say we mom them. Then you got your strong, stable moms. You have to start producing some good cuts. Then we got to start putting those in production. But now at the same time, you also, like, you ain't gonna just be able to get hella cuts. You know what I mean? Like, the motherfucker got to grow. So that's a process in its own. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I've been collecting seeds, bro. Nowadays, it's a bad thing if you get a seed and you do some shit like that. Right. When I was growing up, we had some fire ass weed and I got a seed. I was juiced. I was happy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, I got this. I also didn't know though at the same time, like I'm thinking that if I got a seed, it's just like this weed.
Not knowing that it's a pheno,
you know?
And that it has different characteristics.
It could be totally different weed when I grow this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that though, but just going back to, I've always been into collecting seed. I've always been into that. I'm always, when these black bag drops that I was talking about earlier, like we used to rip through those bags hoping we would find some seeds. I mean, got lucky too a few times. But
said that adamantly, like, fuck. Chubs.
But yeah, but that's what it was, and that's the process, bro. That's the absolute process. So it ain't easy, and like you said, it definitely gonna take some time.
So after running the serve for about what, 2 years?
You know, so I said to where we started doing what we were doing. Like we started 2016, probably like late 2019.
Okay, so 3 years, and then you felt an evolution coming for your brand.
Absolutely. Like one thing led to another. Like I said, with how I was telling you about the product, and then I'm just noticing that a lot of people are coming through that I just not you know say here and see. I'm just starting to meet a lot of people. I'm starting down, and I wanted to focus more on that as far as just building certain relationships with people more than at home. Like I felt comfortable. I know I'm good at home.
Right.
I shouldn't worry about at home. I know I'm straight over there. Like that's gonna be there. But I felt like this is what's gonna dictate that. And for whatever reason, me and my own homies, bro, like the people that I know, like they didn't want to be involved with certain things. They didn't want to fuck with certain things. But now they see someone that they don't even know from another area fucking with it. Now they like, yo, you get some of that.
So I caught on to that shit. You know what I mean? And I knew that that was what I wanted to do. So that's why I put a lot of energy into that.
Excellent. Yeah, that's part of marketing, right? For any product. You know what I'm saying? You have the best product in the world, but if you can't market it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's stuck with it.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
How do you feel about like the growers, you know, farmers and stuff like that, kind of like emerging, you know, with their own brands? Because, you know, for a while it was like you had the growers and farmers, then you have people going to see the farmers, and then, you know, the middlemen. And then now, I guess with social media, everyone gets to see what everyone's doing for the most part. And it's like, why? Like, he was just at the farm. Yeah, there's a ghost. Here's a phantom. Here's a rape. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to be like, they want to step out. They want to do everything. But I feel like in this world of cannabis that, you know, it should be fair game throughout the whole culture. You know what I'm saying? That there's just like there's different licenses for different things. So it's always different tiers to this shit. So, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about like the black market and people like bootlegging Backpack Boy bags and stuff like that? Does that bother you? Do you accept it? How do you?
I mean, before I used to get kind of tight about it. I used to, I used to feel some type of way about it. I want to do certain things about it. But now,
you're an MMA fighter.
but now it's like Gucci getting bootlegged all day. Louis getting bootlegged all day. Like now, I just kind of look at it as like, yo, like the day they stop bootlegging my shit, worry. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so it's cool. Like, and then on the same token, like, it keep me on my shit, and you know, it gotta keep my feet to the ground type shit. Cause boom, like they bootleg this, so it's like, all right, well, that's no good no more. You know what I mean? We gotta do something else now.
How does it get bootleg? How does a bag get bootleg? Because obviously these bags right here, no, these are in-house, right?
Yeah.
So you control it for the most part, but how does it get bootleg? It's like really when you make an official bag, I think. Send it overseas.
Nah, but they making bags that we ain't never even made. Like I believe they got direct to print bags of those. We ain't never even made those. Like actually, no, we just got them like this, but it's that. But no, they had that before us. What I think someone does is they get a bag, they send it off to China, and they're good at what they do. You know, that right back, and they see, you know, downtown LA is flooded, and probably all the local hood shops too.
Now I'm gonna go back a little bit in the conversation. When you're talking about strains, you mentioned Women Cherry a lot, right? LCG. You get a lot of credit for that because in this lane, Backpack Boyz, especially this pack right here, is prominent for that LCG.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it's safe to say we kind of put that on the map. What do I know?
Mm-hmm. That's like, to me, Women Cherry Gelato from New York City has turned into our new like sour. Saying what is back in the day. It's like the weed when you smell a pack. If it doesn't have that candy or that type of smell, it's like, no, you test the weed again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll let her hear that.
What do you think about that? About me personally, the black cherry gelato, lemon cherry gelato, the white cherry gelato, and the bubblegum pack are like some of my favorite packs.
That's definitely what the market's at right now. The market's definitely loving candy right now. I'm a huge fan myself. Like I still love a good strong OG. That's probably maybe if I don't got candy, I want that. But yeah, no. And you and I both know all batches aren't created equal, right? You know, so that's a big thing. Yeah, no.
How do you feel about the comparison of sativas to indicas?
So say like before I train, like before I do some sparring or before I do some hard grappling, and like before I get real physical, sativa is what I prefer.
Sativa?
Yeah.
Can you name some sativa things that you smoke?
I'll say like an orange tree, a lemon tree, lemon and like citrus terps, like that type of shit. Those are probably maybe my more go-tos when we're talking about sativas. Orange Tree was probably really one of my favorite ones. Talking about sativa. But yeah, that's my thing. Well, like I said, when we're talking, really everything now, there ain't really too many solid indicas left.
Because that's one of the debates that I'm trying to like start up,
Oh,
which is like in this day and age in 2022, are there any original strains left, or is everything a hybrid?
I'll say for the OG maybe is or like you had some over there you showed me a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, some of that.
What did you think about that haze that I like to start?
It definitely took me back in the day. It definitely took me back in the day, but like I said, I could definitely remember buying some similar stuff like that growing up.
Right.
But yeah, no, that definitely took me back.
That's some straight nostalgia. That's definitely great. One of my homies who was like the beginning of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, to my knowledge, is that type of music that this stuff.
They definitely got some time.
Yeah. So moving forward now, back a little forward, the emergence of Backpack Boyz, the store, dispensary. How was that feeling for you?
When I first found out that we was actually going to open a flagship store, I was like, fuck, like I was just nervous on some shit. Like, well, you think we ready for that type of shit? Like, I know we're good in one lane, and I feel strong and confident in that lane. Like, yo, you think we're ready for this? And you know, like people start telling me, like, yo, like, yeah. So it happened, and man, that was a good day. The day that we opened, I know that's probably one of the best days of my life, bro. So that was a good day.
I was at the grand opening day after it. You know what I'm saying?
That was a good day. I had a blast that day, and a lot of people had a good day. I hope you was one.
I had a good time. You know, it's dope to see brands that, you know, because when we used to go to Cali, we used to go Backpack Boyz. So to see it emerge like that in the store, you know, flavors, it's in one location, you know, top, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's just like dope to see, you know what I'm saying? And to see the journey happen right in front of your eyes, cannabis, it kind of like sets the mold for us over here too. You know what I'm saying? Because we watching, we take the pictures. Now we get the opportunity to kind of like live out those same feelings of being like, wow, we got a store. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And really, if anything, I hope that, if anything, like I said, if the motivation motherfuckers should go and do anything like that, so they're looking like, oh, this motherfucker, I don't know how to do it with that.
The whole thing is that in New York, it feels like as compared to like Cali, like it's a long road here, you know, because we haven't been in the space where we could grow weed forever. It's like that's not part of culture. Maybe upstate New York, but not the pop boroughs. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like illegal shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, you know, being that we have a great water supply in New York, that we could dial in some good cannabis over here.
Well, it's only a matter of time, bro. Like that's gonna be the case without a doubt. It's just when. It ain't a matter of if, it's just when. I mean, bro, people are gonna be people. Motherfuckers is gonna always figure out a way. If there's one, especially, I can guarantee you that in New York, they probably wanna, like, motherfuckers gonna find a way, and they're gonna find a way to do it good. Especially when you start talking about a lot of chicken that can be made. Yeah, they're gonna figure it out. Like you said, it just might take a little longer. Maybe some people can figure it out faster. But
you think if they figure it out, it's going to be tough though?
That's going to be a different story, because before some big ass facilities really start to get rocking and producing something that's worth something, that's going to be the place. I see like some small batch shit going good. Right. You know what I mean? Motherfucker got, 8 to 20 lights. You can dial that in, you know what I mean? The atmosphere is a little bit more controllable at that point. But when you start talking about, these big ass facilities, that's what's gonna make it hard. That's in my opinion, like I said, but I also still know that it's gonna be figured out. It's just a matter of time. out here is, you know, they're determined to
Make it happen.
you know what I mean? 'Cause out
We're
here,
gonna make it happen.
it needs to be. Like, it's already been too long to where it ain't been.
You see Backpack Boyz opening up in New York.
Absolutely. This is like, bro, there ain't too many places that I really, really want to be at, but hands down, here's one. Just like I want to be in LA and being.
Because now you have 2 stores in California, right?
Yeah, well, 3. We got LA, Long Beach, and San Diego. And then we got Detroit opening up within like the next month or so.
That Detroit is going to come up. That's going to be like the town.
That's why I kind of know that it's going to be out here too, because I know a few cats out there that pumping out some good
They
product.
dialed in.
Man,
It took them a minute, but I think they're there right now too.
I know
That's
that
a big ass week.
I came across a few that I was like, shit, I'd rather take this than what I'm about to go see homie for. Like, I'd rather take this. Like, so yeah, they're getting good at it. That's dope to see.
How many flavors does Backpack Boyz, the brand itself, distribute to the market?
To actually put a number on it.
Are they all different strains or are they all different phenos?
So a lot of them are different strains. Some are different phenos. But I would say probably maybe anywhere throughout the time, but I've probably been over, I would say right now, maybe 20 to 40, I would say right now. Like as far like that are active right now. Like right now. Throughout the time, what's been created and what's been killed and what's been like, yo, we're not even gonna waste our time pumping this no more or even cutting a single clone of this no more. Well over 100.
How many years would you say that it took to get like that type of thing?
So, probably for 3-4 years. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I know, you know, we all know people, you know what I mean? And so I've always kind of been tapped in with certain people that have been involved with growing. You know what I mean? I've got my experiences myself, but I don't really got the patience as much to sit in these grow rooms like some of my friends do, like some of these people that I know are really, really passionate about being in there growing this plant. Like as far as they love to be hands-on with the plant. They don't want to come outside and talk to nobody and go try to sell a pack. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do none of that. They just want to be in there and grow the weed. This is what I feel most comfortable at. And I could grow some bud and I did cool. Like I did cool. I wasn't mad at what I was able to produce, but I feel like I'm better at other things. And I feel like that's where I shine. So, you know, it's a team, everything's a team effort. One hand wash the other, it's a team effort and you need a team to put together. Ultimately, like if you really want to fuck some shit up. So 1,000%. So that's what it is.
So let's talk about something a little, you know, left, but still pertains to everything I'm talking about. This is Heavy Smoke, music, art, fashion, filled by cannabis. So I want to talk about the merchandising part of Backpack Boyz, because that has played a prominent role in the success of Backpack Boyz too. What's your thoughts about like on merchandising?
Well, it was crazy.
How that goes?
At first, it kind of just happened with doing the clothes for a long time. Motherfuckers was telling me to do the clothes, but I wasn't doing them for the longest time because I was just like, I should be like more nicer clothes. Like my uncle tell me that. You know, buy fucking clothes. Like, nah. And then I did that for the longest, and then came across some extra bread that I really didn't give a fuck about because I wasn't expecting it. And I just turned around and got my first set of clothes with that. And when I got them motherfuckers, bro, motherfuckers flew. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers flew. And it was one of them ones where like I had to see it to believe it. And I seen it, and I was like, okay, I could fuck with this. And then, you know, I both know like with clothes, you know, if you could source somebody and you know, it's good. Like the turnarounds can be good. So
How do you balance the two out? Cannabis and both.
I mean, lack of sleep. I just try to do the best I can with everything, bro. Just juggle everything that I can.
Having a good team, huh?
Definitely, that has everything to do with it. When it first started, obviously, I was doing a lot of shit on my own, and I was content with doing a lot of shit on my own. But I wouldn't even be talking to you right now for sure if I would have never involved everybody else. I would just try to do it myself. Right. Like you wouldn't be talking to me right now, like because the shit wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? So I definitely needed it. Right. I give all credit to that. Like sometimes people try to tell me like I did it, depending on the situation. But a lot of the time, like, I try to clip that shit. I did.
Are you gonna open up a store like this, designated to close?
Yeah, in Oakland, we got one opening up. We were supposed to open in April. We're a little behind construction right now, but I say we're probably like a month out, and that's going to be our first like clothing store. And like I said, in the Bay, in Oakland, and I look forward to that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna apply too much into clothes because there's a lot of, you know, people watching this shit. But like in the Backpack Boyz, we carry other brands, we carry other brands.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like especially like the brands that are under us, like the ones that are under us and under our banner for sure. That got merch. We'll definitely be holding their shit.
What are some of the brands that are under your banner?
So Cartel Money is one. Shout out my bro, LA Traffic. We got Benson. We got Big House. Gramercy. Sorry, Gramercy. And I want to say there might be like another one or two. But yeah, those are some of them right there. And then to also answer the question, like if I think that shit's fly and I think there's a demand for it and it'll do good, but yeah, I'll fuck with it. And hopefully, man, you got some shit, we can throw it up in there, you know?
Can't wait. Backpack Invaders coming soon. Big. Well, you know how we do it. Back to smoke stuff, like to talk once the guests. Seriously, all my guests are basically the game. You know what I'm saying? So high. And part of the game is, you know, sometimes people think that we all supposed to get along and work together. You know what I'm saying? Which is great ideology. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it doesn't work out like that. But in a great space, those things can happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, cannabis saved the life. So it saved my suit, it saved a lot of our lives. You know what I'm saying? It was a pepper shot chair. You know what I'm saying? Going back in those fucking iron walls, you know what I'm saying? Taking orders from people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't remember that. But I was just told me like we know how they're like politics are politics and you can't fight the politics. Like so it is what it is. And then one day, bro, you told me that you like, yo, you want to not be involved, like you don't want to deal with this shit and you still want to be good at it, you know, stay home. Stay home. Like you know what you're getting into when you coming in here. You know what time it is. So you don't like it? Stay home. So from there on, bro, I can still hear him telling me that, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and take the advice.
Right. What advice do you have for people trying to get in the game and live out they Backpack Boyz conferences?
I'll just say, bro, like just stay consistent with whatever you do. Don't give a fuck about what nobody say. Be passionate about what you do. I said, don't. No days off. I know you don't want to hear that, but no days off. I mean, because that's
no days off means no sleep. Got putting that grind.
That's what you don't have to do. No days off. Like when everybody's sleeping, you got to be working. But I mean, for the most, you know, but that's what it is in a nutshell. Like you just can't stop. You got to always be in their face for whatever it is that you're doing, and always, you know, got to be ready to hit the pavement at any time of the day. Ain't no planning, nothing. Ain't no plans. Ain't no I'm like yeah, you could try, but tomorrow you might get that phone call and you might have to go do it, and depending on how bad you want it, you gonna do it or you know.
Right. You have any opportunity at Backpack Boyz to people out there might be looking for opportunity for the organization?
Off the rip, I could say designers. Designers, I'm always looking for some fly designers, some motherfuckers that can come up with some dope concepts. Maybe even now, like you're saying, going back to what the merch was saying, like motherfuckers who could design some fly merch and got some fly concepts with that, with the bags. Off the rip, that right there. Like, if you think you got that, holler. You know what I mean?
Really holler at.
You could holler at me on my gram, or you could
Tell them your gram.
Quesada 925, QUESADA 925 is the gram. You can shoot me a DM. Also,
And they come into the shop and ask for
boom, even better.
for a resume or a work application.
Even better. You could definitely do that. You could definitely come do that. It would be even better. Come in with your resume, like I don't know if you just said, but you could just come in with your resume, come in with something about you to where we can look at something and be like, okay, I need to call this motherfucker back, and on some shit like
You heard
that.
what he said though. He's looking for graphic designers. He's looking for people who have some skills with Illustrator and who can put some block together. So bring your resume down with Backpack Boyz, Long Beach,
LA, San Diego, wherever. Like, and if you ain't around there, and if you out here, somewhere like that, like I said, shoot me a message on the gram. Say it, preferably send me some shit. Send me some shit that you're doing, so I can see some shit. Cause I hate having like, oh, I do this, and I can't see nothing. Right? I need to see what's going on.
So get ready, y'all, for that Backpack Invaders coming soon. You already know. You heard it from the man himself.
Come on, man.
We here at the Smokers Club. Heavy Smoke Shiest Bubz.
Q,
You already know. Big one.
appreciate it, man.